What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Logisticalstyles coming at you with another video. This time we are talking about the green screen effects that I've been using on the videos I've been posting on social media. I think maybe one or two here on YouTube as well. I'm really just kind of new to green screen. I've been using it for a few months now, but I just wanted to share how I've been using it because I got a lot of requests since we're all quarantined. Everybody's at home posting up videos, and I've been having a little bit more time to post up something using the green screen. So I've gotten some requests on how I do it, what effects I'm using, or basically the whole process. So I figure I would do a video. This might be a little bit of a long one because I'm going to go through from start to finish what I do and what I use to get the videos on the quality level that I've been getting them. And I'm not saying I'm high quality at all, but certain things we should be caring about as DJs is sound quality. So we should try to get the best sound quality available to us. We all don't have the same equipment, so it's not always going to be the same across the board, but you can probably take a concept that I'm using in my setup and apply it to what you're doing. One thing I want to keep in mind is that I don't live stream. I'm not a Facebook liver. I tried once so far to do YouTube live, but I think I was on a spotty Wi-Fi connection, so I had to find, get a little better solid connection going there before I could start doing the live stuff. But some of the same tools that I use, you can use as well with your live streaming. And I'm going to get into live streaming very soon, messing around with OBS. But right now, I just want to, give y'all the information for what I've been doing and what I've been using so far. So first of all, the main thing is the green screen. You got to have a recording of yourself in front of the green screen. I got lucky and I found a kit at the Goodwill for about $25. I was actually looking to buy the case, but when I opened up the case, I saw a whole like a green screen kit, everything you need, and it was really in good condition. Maybe a couple of parts or pieces were missing, like light bulbs or whatever, but those can be easily replaced. But it came with the frame that is holding this green screen up. It's like some tripod legs that come up and some bar sections that you can put together to make it as wide as you need it. This isn't as wide as it can go. It's probably got another 6 feet that it can stretch out to. It came with this fabric, this green fabric. It's not the best fabric. As I look at it, you can see right here, there's some rips or whatever. I have it doubled over so I can get a heavy saturation of the green, because having a good solid green background is important. You can also use blue, but people more commonly wear blue. So whatever color you choose, whether it be green or blue, you can't wear that color when you're recording. Otherwise, the effect will go onto that green piece of clothing you're wearing. So it looks weird. Sometimes it can be useful or a neat effect, but if you're not expecting to get that effect, it kind of ruins your video. So I got my green screen. It's the frame, it's the cloth. You can find other material that might be a little bit better. One of my other DJ friends was telling me that picnic tablecloths that you can get from the dollar store, they worked really well. And I could see that. It's a little bit heavier than this flimsy material right here. I've got some clamps holding everything in. You want to get your green screen as tight as possible. You can probably see some of the wrinkles in this cloth, or even the uneven surface. I got it as tight as I could, but I wanted to get this video out, so I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. And for me, the green screen is just another distraction for your video. It's something to keep people interested. What's that all about? What's going on in the background while they're still listening to your video? So I'm not going for production level, broadcast production level type stuff yet. I'm still a guy recording from his iPhone. So there are other things you can do, and you can make it better and enhance it, and if you have the money to spend. But I work a little bit on a budget, and then I get in where I fit in as far as the equipment that's available. If it works for me, great. If it doesn't, I don't necessarily throw it away, because it may come back and help me later on, which is part of what got me to this level of quality. Some parts I'm using right now are stuff that I haven't touched in years, but I went digging through my adapter collection and came up with some stuff that helped me get the job done. So the first thing I'm using is this pop voice mic. And none of this stuff I'm showing is sponsored either. This is all stuff I've gone out and purchased on my own because I felt like it could fit or handle something that I needed. And if I'm recommending it, it definitely handled the job. And the first one is this pop voice mic. This is a lapel mic, which is what I'm wearing right now, which allows me to get a much better vocal quality versus using the built-in mic on the camera on the iPhone. I like it because this comes with the TRRS tip, the tip ring sleeve, which allows you to put audio into your iPhone. And it also has an adapter to turn that TRRS into a TRS if I want to work with my laptop and input audio that way. So it costs about $12 on Amazon. I highly recommend it. You get great audio. It picks up what it's supposed to pick up. It brings your voice in nice and clear, and I've got no complaints on it. So it's a very inexpensive fix for stepping your game up. Next is basically, it can be a couple of things, but it's something to hold your phone. You need something stable to hold your phone. You can't just like prop it up with whatever is available. I mean, if you got limited resources, go with that, but you know, you can do it for very cheap. Like for instance, this is a $5 holder that I found at a store called Five Below. You can probably also get it from the dollar store as well. And it's a clamp. It's got a spring-loaded clamp, and you can attach it to a table or a chair or something. And this is very strong and flexible, so you can put it in all these strange positions depending on what your work environment is like. And it's got another strong spring-loaded clip right here to hold your iPhone. So it works out really great for me because I'm actually in a basement and I have the open rafters, or I guess that's what you call them, but I have the open wood in my ceiling, so I can just go to a beam, clamp it on there, and get a good overhead shot. And you know, it's very strong. You got to bend it and get it right into the right position, but boom, perfect overhead shot, just like that. And I would also use, if I'm using my iPad, I bought this on Amazon. This is about $15, and it holds your iPad. It's a tripod, holds your iPad into place. Boom, you can get a decent height. So if you're doing some interview type stuff, it opens up and holds your iPad or any other tablet which can fit in there. So that inexpensive. So boom, we went from $5 to maybe $15. Great ways to stabilize your camera. Now, if you want to spend some more money, you can spend about $130 and get this. This is what I use a lot more often, especially if I'm outdoors getting video. This is the Osmo Mobile 3, and it's a gimbal. It stabilizes your phone when you're recording, so you can get those action shots. You can, get really good, stable, cinematic quality shots when you're taking picture with the iPhone or whatever cell phone. It's got a remote control on it, so you can move the head around and aim it where you need to. When you're moving it back and forth, it's very smooth as it keeps track on whatever you're focusing on. You can put active track on, so I can, mark myself and it would follow me as I walk around. And so walk around, jump up, sit down, it would follow you almost like a little robot. So, and I think the video that I get when I use the app that comes with this comes out a lot better too. I'm going to do a comparison later on between using the iPhone camera app or the Osmo, the DJI. That's the name of the company that makes it. They're the drone company. So check it out. It's definitely worth it if you're going to be out and about doing videos, or if you just want to make sure you have a very stable video. So boom, you got those things. You got your green screen, you got something to hold your phone, you got a microphone that gives you good quality audio in. So there's another piece that I want to show you, but I currently have it hooked up, and I'm going to grab it right now to show you how I get audio from my mixer board into the phone. Because right now I'm just using the lapel mic because I'm focusing mainly on my audio, my vocal. But if I wanted to, I could hook it up, this other cable, up to my DJ mixer, or I could hook it up to my studio mixer, one of the outputs from there, and feed audio into there. If I really wanted to get complex with it, I probably would have just hooked everything up into the studio mixer and then just mix my vocal and the decks. But I just wanted to show you how to do this really simply when you don't have a big mixer around and you just need to plug into a source. So let me grab that cable real quick and we'll continue on. Okay, so this is the cable that I use to get audio from a source into my iPhone. This is a cable that came with some headphones that were similar to Beats by Dre. These particular headphones are the SMS Audio, which is the brand that 50 Cent was pushing a few years back. But the thing about this cable is it has two different tips on both sides. So one side has a TRRS, tip, ring, sleeve. The other side just has a tip, ring, sleeve. So when you're looking for this out in the store, you may have to refer to it as a TRRS to a TRS. You know, those are just the terms that they use to describe the different tips. But I've come to discover that when you use the TRRS tip, that's what just about everything that inputs audio into a phone uses on that input. If you look at your iRig, that cable at the end of the iRig is tip, ring, sleeve. That microphone, lapel microphone I was using a second ago, tip, ring, sleeve. This cable that came with the headphones, tip, ring, sleeve. So these came with the headphones that had, you know, a regular cable for when you're out DJing, but it was detachable from the body of the headphones. Not these headphones in particular, but the newer headphones have a detachable cable, and you can swap it out for something that you would wear if you were like on the plane or in, you know, on the bus, or just out and about wearing your big headphones with your cell phone. So I had this probably like 5-6 years ago and haven't used it in so many years. But when the quest for, you know, clean audio happened, I started looking at what I had in my case, and I found, you know, that this really works. The only caveat was this has a built-in mic. So the built-in mic would mix in the ambient sound of the room with the audio that was coming in through the cable. So what I ended up doing was just putting some duct tape on it and just covering up the hole pretty well. So now it allows me to get just the audio into the phone. So I mean, this is another cheap solution. This is something I had laying around. I didn't spend any money on this. In fact, I had got those headphones for free from the A3C convention. But anyway, this is just something you can use. And then I just plug the other end, the tip, ring, sleeve part. I plug that into a standard adapter. You can find this anywhere, probably even at Walmart. 3.5 millimeter in stereo. And I'm going to put that into my booth output on this new Mark Scratch mixer, which is, I love this mixer because it's got a separate output for the booth. So I'm gonna put this into the booth output and then run this into the phone, do a little bit of scratching real quick, and then from there we're gonna take the video that I've just been recording of me on the green screen, and we're gonna put it into iMovie, and I'll show you how to put different backgrounds in it, and not just static pictures, but actual motion graphics. And I'll show you where I've been getting them for free. So like I say, I'm real good with working on a budget. So I'm gonna show you some somewhat costly stuff, but then I'll also show you some really budget ways to get stuff done. And you put all that together and you come up with a pretty good product. So let's go ahead, let's get some music playing, and then we'll switch over to the computer. Okay, so here we are at the workstation. I'm at my desktop where I do all my editing, and I work from home as well. But this is where I do all my non-DJ stuff. So I got iMovie open up on my Mac. I'm using everything. Pretty much, I'm shooting on an Apple product and I'm editing on an Apple product. So that makes things easy because I can just airdrop the video files that I was shooting previously. I can just airdrop them to my MacBook, and I can go from there and import those into iMovie and then continue on with the editing process. You can do this with other devices as well. Like I use my iPad sometimes and I airdrop it over there. If you don't have Apple products, then you can probably upload the files to Dropbox and then just pull them back down on the computer that you're going to be doing your editing on. I actually use both Mac and PC. This screen is Mac, this screen is PC, mainly work stuff. But just use whatever you have available. You can get this done on both platforms. Because I'm using the Mac, I can just use iMovie, and it's a basic video editor, but it does what I need to do. I mean, it does the green screen, which is the whole purpose of this video, so it's good enough for that, and it was free, so that solves a lot of problems for me. So anyway, we're going to airdrop the files onto my computer and then import them within iMovie. So I'm going to switch over to the screen capture, and you can see what I'm doing with a better vantage point than being captured from a cell phone. So let's go ahead and jump into iMovie, and I'll show you the next steps for this. Also, one thing I also want to take this time to give you a tip when you're making these videos. Always do a test shot. I've been putting this video together, for probably an hour right now, just recording and taking shots and retaking shots. And it's important to take a test shot. Go ahead, record yourself, see what it looks like. Do you like what you're seeing? Do you like what you're hearing? If not, go ahead and do it again until you get it right. That's a big part of getting your videos together. You're not going to be doing all this in one shot. It's not going to be one take, which is why, I'm not a Facebook Liver type person. I'm more into, putting out a edited, polished product. But take test shots even before you go live. Go ahead, test that out. Get on another phone, get on another device, and look at what your live looks and sounds like, and make adjustments from there. Don't think just because you plugged everything up and you hit record that it's going to sound and look great. You have to adjust for things. You got to remember to get your lighting right when you move to a different scene. And a different scene is something as simple as me going from this green screen, which is just like 7 feet away from where I'm sitting right now, to this chair. I had to move lights around and change things and just get the shot right. So I'm putting forth my best foot. So just keep that tip in mind. Okay, here we are. We are in iMovie right now. This is a brand new movie project that I opened up from projects, brand new movie. So now what I need to do is I need to start importing media. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the scratch clip, and I'm going to throw some backgrounds on that and let you see pretty much how that works. So that will make it pretty easy. So I'm going to go to import media. The first thing I'm going to go to is the file where I saved the recordings I took on my phone. So they were in my downloads folder, but I wouldn't drag them to my desktop and made a folder with them. So if I go to my desktop and go to the folder that says green screen files, click on that, and those are some of the clips I recorded while trying to make this video. So I'm going to go for the scratch demo. Grab that. So when you click on it, you can see it. You get a preview of it. If you want to, you can actually hit play here and it will start playing. I'm just going to pause it there and go ahead and import it in, because I've already done the trimming of the clip on my iPhone before I airdropped it over here. So I'm going to import that file, and you see it's a 59.4 second file. Alright, so this area right here, this is where you start pulling in the clips that you want to use in your project. So this is the first one. This is the main one. This is the actual green screen recording. So now I'm going to go ahead and look for something else to import, and this is going to be the video files that I'm using for the background. These are the motion loops that I've been using. So I'm going to go back up to this button right here. This is your import. So you can hit that button, and then I'm going to browse through. I have a hard drive here that has, let's see, is it this one? Yeah, this one has my video. So this hard drive, this is all music videos right here. But if you're a video DJ, you know that everything doesn't always have a video, and then sometimes when you play those files, you need to have a motion graphic or something to put up on the screens when you're playing a video that doesn't have, when you're playing a file that doesn't have a video attached to it. So I have this folder right here called Visuals. And Visuals basically has all those things. And a lot of them, you know, I get them from everywhere. Visuals you can get from promo only. You can get from Beeples, Beeples. If you go do a search for that, Beeples graphics, you'll find some loops. And on their website, they actually give away free motion loops as well. You know, there's some really good stuff that you have to pay for, but if you're new to green screens or new to, you know, just messing with video and you need something that looks good, these free ones are great. And that's what I use. And they vary. You know, you can get some weird ones that might not fit what you're trying to, you know, present, but then there's some really cool 3D ones. They're motion loops, so it's better than just having a static image showing in your background. Now you can do that with iMovie. You can take a picture and put it in the timeline that I'm about to show you, but I find that the graphic loops are what everybody gets, you know, that's what gets the attention. So I've got some folders from the places I go, and these are free, and I'm going to give you the links to these in the description of the video as well, because it's not like, you know, I'm getting music and then, you know, sharing it with y'all, you know, pirating it or whatever. But this is stuff that's free. You can go to the website right now and get some free motion loops. So let's look at some of these motion loops I got. So I got this one. If you want, you can play them. You know, they'll play a little bit. I've used that one before. It's not my favorite, but it gets the job done. You got stuff like this. You got the stars that are moving, and you just go through. You've seen me use this one before. I like that one. This one is pretty dope. Lots of different motion loops. So I have a couple, like this one right here. It just doesn't play. It doesn't play anything for me. So I think maybe it's a bad file or whatever, but there's lots of other ones that I could always choose from, and they work well. Like this one's actually kind of funny. It looks like a virus, being that I'm stuck at home, quarantine, well, self-quarantine, not even quarantine. We're just under lockdown. I don't have it. I haven't been tested or anything like that for it. Got no symptoms, but this is why I'm here, you know, because of that virus. But okay, you know, you got options. So what do I want to do? I mean, I know this is just a demo video, but I like my stuff to be, you know, a little good looking when I do. I've never used this one before, and I think this might be a dope one, especially for the purposes of this video. So I'm going to import that. Boom. So I got that. Now this clip right here is only 24 seconds long. This clip is 59, almost 60 seconds long. But I'll show you how I get around that and how I make this work. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pull in the background clip, I believe. Let's go ahead and do that. Then you pull in the clip with your green screen and you put it right on top. Boom. Line them up. All right, so now you're looking at it and you're like, okay, well, what happens here? You know, we got to have the background going all the way through. So I'm just going to highlight that. Command C for copy, then Command V to paste it. Command V to paste it again. So now, let me shrink my timeline down. Hit this slider, shrink it down. You can see the whole project. So yeah, I got boom, boom. These are segments. I'm not sure why they did the short little segments. Like I can highlight that, hit delete, pull that out. Yeah. So I've got this base image right here, graphic. Get rid of this too. And then you can also even grab it here and then slide it back so it matches that. So I got graphics all the way through my little scratch routine, and then I have my whole scratch routine right here. So I'm gonna just click into that so I can get this yellow border around it, so I'm focused on that clip. I'm gonna bring my mouse up here, and you see these two squares or rectangles? If you click on that, these are your overlay settings. I'm gonna overlay this video onto that. So I'm gonna go here, and you get a drop down box. You get options. You could do cutaway. Cutaway to me is kind of, I've done that before, but you're looking for the green/blue screen option. That allows you to utilize that green background or blue background. I didn't use blue because I don't have blue fabric, and I do wear blue a lot. I'm wearing a blue hat there, so that would have messed up my video. That's what I was talking about earlier. So you can also do split screen. Split screen is kind of cool if you set everything up right. And you can even do picture in picture, which you may have seen me do in videos before, where I had the front view of me scratching, and then up above maybe somewhere else you can place where you want that picture in picture to go. You can put it in the corner, you can put it wherever. But I've used that in videos before. But I'm looking for the green screen. So boom, I go to green screen. And because my lighting sucks, you're going to see why I tell you guys over and over I'm not a pro with this. Alright, you see this shadow right here? This is the shadow from the speaker. This shadow, right, when you do green screen, you have to have really good lighting and consistent even lighting all over. Like on this whole section right here, I got several or maybe two of the bright white light bulbs, and that's why that green is so rich. But then if you go look over here, I've got some soft white lights that are shining on there, and I put them there. I didn't really want to put them there, but I didn't have enough lighting coming from the bright white, so I did what I need to get the video out. Y'all wanted to see how I was doing it, so this is also good. So it shows by example. If your lighting isn't right, you're gonna have some problems. So you see where the soft white or the soft yellow light is kind of coming in here. You see where that shadow is. Well, this is what and also notice any wrinkles. This is what it shows up with when you hit that green screen effect. Yeah, my background's there, but as we get closer to the imperfections in lighting, you see other stuff. So let me go back to the beginning and let's see what it looks like. It's not too bad. I mean, right now it's moving a little bit slow because there is some video processing still going on, so my computer is struggling a little bit to keep up with, which brings me to another point. When you see and hear these prices for these expensive computers, like the Mac Pro that came out maybe a year ago, that looks like the cheese grater, and it's like thousands of dollars. That money goes into being able to render video quickly. It goes into being able to play back video without stuttering or without stumbling. Like this MacBook I'm using is great for music. Was using it for DJing for probably the past 3 or 4 years, but when it comes to doing video work, no, it kind of struggles. So you gotta have the right tool for the job. But anyway, you see what it looks like. I can even go full screen. So it's not that bad. I'm always going to be critical of my work, but you see the shadow. That's the shadow from the speaker. It's not as rich over here as it is over there, because the lighting is better on this side than it is over there. I mean, you can see, look at the lighting. You know, white light here, and look at my arm here. It's a little bit yellowish. So um, it is what it is. You know, if I want to be a perfectionist, and I do have some time to perfect some things, I could probably get it right, spend some money on some light bulbs, and really just brighten this whole set up to make it, you know, take full advantage of the green screen. But, you know, for teaching purposes, y'all see what's happening. Boom. Started from the beginning. Just let it play. Look at that. So, yeah, it's a little jittery, but like I say, it's processing video. In fact, I can hear the fan kicking in right now as it tries to keep up. A more expensive computer wouldn't do that, but boom. Green screen. You don't see the green behind me. You don't see all those records, you know, the mess of my studio. You just see what I gave you for my green screen background. And let me go ahead and pause this, because what you could do, you know, just to go a little step further so y'all can see, you know, what I'm really doing. I just use one clip and just duplicate it across the board. Let me delete that clip. Let me delete that clip. I'm going to go back up in here. I'm going to import. Let's get something else. Display roll. That looks interesting. Let's put that back there. Boom. Grab that. Drag it down. Drop it there. I might hit Command Copy, Paste, so we can get a little bit more time. It's just, and these are loops. That's what's so great. So I can just paste them back to back to back, and there would be no problem. Let's look up here and get maybe one more. Let's go with, I don't know. I like colors. I like my videos to be vibrant. Some of the black and white ones do look really cool though. This is one of my favorite ones. Kind of puts you into music video mode. Let's see. What would this look like? Oh, I like this one right here. Ornate box. Let's go ahead and import ornate box. Alright. Pull you in. Right here. And then, let's see. Ooh, it doesn't look that great. Yeah. So this is what I'm noticing. Like, look at this. This video has a pretty heavy black background to it with some color, but that yellow light, I gotta get rid of those light bulbs. That's what's really messing me up. Not sure what's happening here. I believe if I were to check out some of these settings, maybe we can do a little something here. Because if I go to green screen, you get this softness slider, which allows you to, I guess, determine the saturation of the green screen versus what you actually have. Because if I slide it all the way right, it does look a little bit better. Let's see. Let it play. I think that, well, I don't like that, because when I have it all the way slid to the right, you can see the green screen even coming in through me. So that's not going to work. So let me bring that slider back down a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. But let me go ahead and pause this. I'm going to get rid of these because my lighting isn't right. And as you see in what I'm learning, it's better to have bright, vibrant colors. Once you start getting these dark backgrounds, no matter how cool they are, you lose some of your effects. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. Copy, paste, paste, paste. And grab this edge right here, slide it back. And let's just run like that, you know, one simple background all the way through. Let me go full screen. Okay. I can deal with that. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of that. And once I'm done, I got everything lined up. Here's another thing. So when you see these videos, all right, you got your video portion, and then you got your sound. Right here, if I hover in the middle, I can adjust the volume. I can bring the volume of that up. There you go. This video clip has no volume. Some video clips that I'm going to show y'all will have volume, and they'll have audio, and you will have to get that slider, bring the volume down on that clip that you don't want to hear, you just want to see it. You have to bring that volume down if there's audio. So you want your audio to be coming from your main green screen. Alright, so once you have all that done, I just go up here to File, hit Share, and then go share it as a file. You can share it straight to Facebook or YouTube if you want to. I prefer to have the file saved on my computer first, and then I manually upload it to whatever platform I want to put it on. So let's see, do File, and then you get all these options to name it, and I'm just going to name this Green Screen Cuts. And then you can tell it, let's see, you can put a description. So this stuff goes like into the metadata of the video file. You can tell it where you want to save it. I'm saving it to my desktop. Save it there. And then up here is where you watch the progress of your file being rendered. And this is when you start to realize that maybe I should spend more money on a high power computer. Now this is going to go pretty quickly because it's only a minute long video, but when you're doing like movies or short, you know, stories, and you're trying to render video, you want to have some good processing power. But there you have it. I'm just gonna go ahead and pause the video here, let it get to the point where it finishes rendering, and you know that circle completes, and then I'll show you the finished product in QuickTime. Alright, so let's switch over real quick and get to the end of this render. Okay, so the file has finally finished rendering, and it saved it to my desktop, and I threw it in this folder called Green Screen Files. If I go in this folder, and you can see scratch clip, where we at? Boom, Green Screen Cuts. Boom. If I open that up, this is the video right here. I'm speeding through some stuff. Yep. So it came out well, and I can go ahead and upload that to whatever platform I want to upload it to. So I hope y'all really got a chance to, you know, take in what I have been showing y'all. I know it's been a little longer video than I wanted it to be, but I want to be very clear and thorough about what it is I do when I'm editing this video stuff. Okay, and there you have it. So I hope that was pretty informative. Y'all, you know, learned a thing or two about, you know, my process about how I get these green screen videos up. It's a process for me. I'm still learning it and perfecting it, and you know, as I mentioned about the lighting, I need to go ahead and get that fixed and get that, you know, cleaned up so I can get a better green screen effect. But hope you know, took note as to what I used, what methods I used, what equipment I used, and what resources I used to pull this all together. I'm in the description of the video when I post this. I'm going to put links to the website that I went to, Beeple's I think it's beeples.com. That's where I was getting my motion graphics from. They give away free ones every month. There's a couple other places that do motion loops. If you do a Google search for that, you'll come up with some companies that have loops available. Some are free, some you pay for, but it's definitely worth it. And when you add it to your videos, it makes you a little bit more unique. It makes your stuff pop out. People stop and look to see what you're doing. If you got some crazy background and your audio is clear, yeah, they're gonna stick around and look. They probably will even share it as well. So I hope this helps out, those of you who do post videos. And as I learn more about it, I will, get into streaming. And when I learn how to, get that right, I'm going to do a video to show you guys how I do that as well. So this is all about sharing knowledge. We're all locked down for now, due to the virus outbreak. So some of us are, told to shelter in place. Some of us are told, to just be precautious. So we are, social distancing, to the extreme. And this gives us opportunities to use the toys that we have around us at home, especially if we're DJs. We have a lot of toys that, can do more than just play music, but you can broadcast and, you can have a voice. And you want to have a clear voice. You want to have a good looking voice. So you want to be able to present yourself well. And I really hope this helps. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, or email me, djlogic26@hotmail.com. If you want to find me on social media, I am at Logisticalstyles or Logisticalstyle on Twitter, no S. But just find me, reach out to me, and I will show you what I know, because you may take this torch and just go even further and do some really amazing stuff, and I don't want to hold you back. So thank you for watching this very long video. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe. Tell a friend, and be on the lookout for the next video, which should be coming pretty soon, since I've got a lot of free time on my hand and my studio is coming together quite nicely. So once again, thanks. This is Logisticalstyles, aka DJ Logic, and I am out.